Friday. It's the end of the work week. Good afternoon and welcome back to the 10 Commandments of Leadership. We're so glad that you could be with us. I'm Tim Alston. I'm your host. I'm a leadership strategist. I'm a four-time Amazon best-selling author, and I am the world's first publicly acknowledged egoholic. I'm glad you could be with us today. Got a special episode for you. We often use the term anger management. I'm going to introduce a new term to you called arrogance management. Arrogance management is based upon an article that I had the privilege of reading earlier this week. So this afternoon, and based upon a Forbes magazine article from earlier this week, I'm breaking down 7 ways to talk about your accomplishments without sounding like a braggart. 7 ways to talk about your accomplishments without sounding like a braggart. We're going to talk about things from giving credit to where it's due, to avoiding that humble brag, to what former NBA championship coach and general manager Pat Riley called the disease of me. And yes, even the Bible has something to say about this. Just ask King Nebuchadnezzar. We're going to learn today about how to celebrate success without centering on ourselves, how to share wins without shrinking others, and redirecting the spotlight from me to we. Bottom line, that's not bragging. That's building. That's building. Let's put it together. Actually, when I think about this title, From Bragging to Building, it actually carries me back some 53 years to my college freshman year at Hampton Institute, now known as Hampton University. When I was a freshman in college, my roommates and I had a favorite saying, especially when we were battling on the basketball court behind our dorm, James Hall. And that was, if you can back it up, it ain't bragging. If you can back it up, it ain't bragging. That line always got a bunch of laughs from us. But here's the truth. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Confidence and arrogance. Arrogance and boastfulness are 2 primary examples of what I call leaders displaying inflated egos. And these egoholisms will sabotage decision-making, team alignment, and long-term success for your organization. Earlier this week, as I mentioned before, I read an article in Forbes magazine. They published a very insightful article entitled 7 Ways to Talk About Your Accomplishments Without Sounding Like a Braggart. 7 ways to talk about your accomplishments without sounding like a braggart. And today I want to explore how we as recovering egoholics and emerging leaders, what I call real people, REEL, recovering egoholics and emerging leaders, how we can share our accomplishments in 7 ways that build others up instead of puffing ourselves up. Fair enough? Number 1, keep the emphasis on hard work. From you as a leader, people want to know your process, not about the processor. You're just a conduit. They want to know how you did it. What was the process so they can replicate this in their own lives. Share how you succeeded so that others can learn and follow. Number 2, don't belittle other people. Remember this expression. The great oak tree was once a small nut like you. Your win doesn't make others small. Instead, it should inspire their growth. Number 3, give credit when it's due. A friend and former dean of a school of business here at a local university once told me something very profound. She said, when men are congratulated, They often respond by listing all that we have done. But when women are complimented, they most often say thank you, and then they pivot quickly to talk about and introduce their team. Those of us who are recovering egoholics and emerging leaders, our job is to blend both the personal accountability and the team recognition. Number 4, stick to the facts. Facts strip away the hype. Bragging inflates, but truth grounds. Bragging inflates, but truth grounds. Number 5, express gratitude. Lavish praise on those who helped you succeed. Gratitude fuels collaboration. And here's one of the best and most powerful ways that I know to express gratitude. I really call it like a secret weapon. It's old, it's outdated, but this joker works. And what is that? To show gratitude, don't send an email, send a personal, handwritten thank you note. Send a personal handwritten thank you note. Trust me, it will get read and it will not get thrown away. As bad as my handwriting is, I can assure you when I send a personal handwritten note, it will get read. And who knows? That praise may inspire others on the team with you to join you again for your next win. Remember what I said, that personal handwritten note works every single time, especially if it's sincere. Number 6, don't add a qualifier to your accomplishment. Stop minimizing your accomplishments with such phrases as, it's not a big deal, but. And you know why you do this? You know why you don't do this, rather? When you are paid a compliment and you try to falsely qualify, well, it wasn't nothing. You are really insulting the person giving the compliment. Why? Because you're saying to them, you don't know what you're talking about. What a slap in the face. Take the compliment graciously. Spread the wealth. Spread the wealth. Share it with your team, saying this person did that. Have you met this person yet? This person's excellent this. This person's excellent that. Together we made it work. Once again, the old expression goes, the teamwork makes the dream work. Own the victory with confidence, without arrogance. Humility is honesty, not hiding. And point number 7, avoid that humble brag. Don't disguise self-promotion as false humility. One can see right through it. It doesn't work. And remember, our biggest defeats often follow our biggest victories. Why? Because in celebrating, we can tend to let our guard down while our rivals stay hungry. Former NBA coach and general manager Pat Riley called this the disease of me, when individual glory overshadows teamsmanship. And also the scriptures from the Bible give us a vivid example of this. In the book of Daniel, chapter 4, King Nebuchadnezzar stood out on the balcony of his palace and declared, "Look at this great kingdom that I have built." Immediately, according to the Bible, God reduced him to a grass-eating beast, from man to a grass-eating beast for 7 years. Why? Because ego inflated, and ultimately that Babylonian empire deflated. Here's my closing challenge and mantra to you. Celebrate success without centering on yourself. Share wins without shrinking others. Share your wins without diminishing or devaluing others. Redirect the spotlight from me to we. There's a Chinese proverb that says the power of we is far greater than the power of me. And direct the spotlight, again, from me to we. That's how recovering egoholics and emerging leaders talk about accomplishments. That's not bragging. That's building. That's not bragging. That's building. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for allowing me to share with you, not anger management, but arrogance management. The old expression says you win more flies with honey than vinegar. You have a big victory, spread the honey around. Don't hoard it all to yourself. If you eat all the honey in the pot, you will get sick. Spread it around. Build a team. Build their confidence. Someone at some point built your confidence to grow you to where you are. Now do what they did. Grow others as you were grown yourself. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This has been the 10 Commandments. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you on Monday, which will be the last full week of the summer. Take care. God bless you.